Diploma students, and Happy New Year. Today we are going to be studying an artist named Modigliani. He was an Italian artist who loved to paint portraits, and it's a really long name, Modigliani. Here is a sample of a portrait that we are going to draw today. His style was very interesting. He loved to draw really long necks, elongated faces, elongated noses. So today in our portrait, we're going to try to really emphasize the longness or the elongation of these things. Okay, go ahead and watch this little clip of some of Modigliani's portraits. Let's get started on our portrait. So I'm going to draw a woman in my portrait. You can draw a woman or a man in your portrait, whichever you like, and I'll give you different directions for each of those as we go. We are going to start with the face, which is the letter U, but it's going to be a really long letter U. And it's going to be big. I'm going to use a Sharpie. You can use a pencil or a marker if you have one. Later I'm going to go back and color in with broken crayons. So for the U-shaped face, it's going to be long and kind of skinny. So we actually want the face to look narrow. That was Modigliani's style. And for the neck, it's also going to be very long. In fact, we have no shoulders in our picture here. It's just the neck going off the page so that we can use all that space. So one curved line coming down from the left side of the face, and then not all the way to the right, maybe just a little bit, like maybe right here, another curved line coming down for the other side of the neck. So we want a really long neck there. Okay, for the nose, let's do that next. We want the nose to be very long. And it's going to be kind of a squiggle, kind of like the letter S, but pulled apart. So I'm going to start up here pretty high, and I'm going to curve down, and then just a little teeny curve to the left there. So it's like a left curve, and then right, and then back to the left. Just a teeny bit. Barely any curve at all. And then I'm going to do a little letter C for the other side of the nose. That's just like the nostril, or the outside of the nostril. Okay, for the mouth, he often did not draw his subjects smiling. And so I'm going to do a very small mouth, and I'm not going to do the mouth smiling. So I'm going to start with just a straight line, and it just goes, it's halfway between the bottom of the nose and the chin. And then I'm going to do one bump, and then the other way, another bump. They're not even exactly equal bumps, which I actually like. That's a little asymmetrical there. And then the lower part, the lower lip, is just going to be a little smile line. If you want to change the lips and do a different style of lip, you can. These lips might look more feminine, like they have lipstick on. So you could do a thinner mouth for a man if you wanted to. I'll let you choose how you want to style the mouth. Now we're going to come back up to the top of the nose for the eyes. And our eyes are going to look like football shapes. So it's a happy face on the bottom of each of the eyes. And notice the eyes are equal with the top of the nose. And then we're going to do a rainbow line for the top of the eyes. And oftentimes Modigliani would leave his eyes vacant. He might add the round part of the eye, but he didn't always put color in there. So it looked almost a little spooky sometimes, not having any pupil or any iris. But I'm going to go ahead and, so I did a curved line on the left and right of each of my football shapes. And I am going to put a circle on each eye. That's going to be the light reflecting off. And then I'm going to color in the rest of it, leave that circle white and color in the rest. So I'm not going to leave the eyes vacant like he often did. I just prefer to have them colored in. If you would like to leave the eyes uncolored, you can do that. And I'm noticing that this eye is smaller than this eye, and I actually like that too. It looks like the head is tilted a little bit, and so this eye would be further away. So it kind of makes sense it would be smaller, and I like the way that looks. All right, we are going to give our portrait some eyebrows, which are just rainbow lines above the eye. A rainbow line here, and a rainbow line here. And basically that's the gist of the portrait. Now you get to choose how you want to do the hair. And I did long hair for a girl on this one. In the video that you watched, you might have seen like some of the models had their hair up, like in a bun, or men had short hair. So I will let you decide how you want to style the hair on your portrait. But I could do something different than this long straight hair. I think for this one I'm going to do kind of an up hairdo, like she's got it in a bun. So for that, I'm going to give her some ears. And for the ears, I'm just going to make a letter C but long. It's very like thin, but it's very long. It stretches from the eye almost to the mouth. I'll do that on both sides. And then her hair is going to start under here and come up. And it's going to be kind of a bun, so it's going to have a round part up here. And then she's going to have some hairs that aren't pulled into the bun. They're kind of like wispy on her forehead. But everything else is pulled up into the bun. So I'm drawing lines going up. And then this will be her bun. And then I'm going to give her a few hairs kind of coming down on her neck. I like that, different. You can give yours a completely different hairstyle if you'd like to. I'm going to do a couple of the hairs falling out of the bun too, because that's kind of the style nowadays. I don't know if it was the style for Modigliani, but it's the style for us. Okay, so there's our portrait, and now we are ready to color. I wanted to use broken crayons because I'm going to use the sides, which I often do. I like the way that looks for this project, a little bit more abstract. So for the hair, I combined brown and black, just did overlapping. This time I'm going to do brown and yellow, so it's a little bit more of a lighter hair color. So I'm going to do yellow. I'm using the side of my crayon between my thumb and index finger. And I'm going to come down here and give these hairs a little bit of color on top of the black. Give her bun some yellow. Okay, and now I'm going to go back. I'm just going to put a little bit of brown highlights. I want it to mainly be blonde hair. Again, I'm using the crayon on its side to get more color, but a softer touch. Okay, I like that. For her skin color, I'm going to use a peach. You can use any skin color that you like or that you have. Get her ears in there too. And I like how it's kind of a soft touch since we're using the side, so it doesn't look like overly dark or overly like pressed too hard. It's like a light color. And I'm going to give her some cheeks. Modigliani would often put in his paintings these bright cheeks. So I'm going to give her some of that. Okay, and I'll give her some lip color too. Now, I want to add a little bit of shadow, so I'm going to go back with my brown crayon, and this time I'm going to hold it like a pencil. I'm going to shadow in under the right eyebrow, which is just coloring a dark line under that rainbow line. And I'm going to shade the nose, so just a dark line that follows the nose line. And then shade this nostril, so little letter C there. And then we're going to put a shadow on her neck here. So that's going to start in the middle of the chin, but it's going to curve back, down straight. So you see how it starts here in the middle, and then it curves backwards, and then it goes straight down the neck. And I'm going to shade that in with the side of my brown crayon. All right. Okay, for the background, we're just going to choose 2 or 3 colors, and we're going to overlap them to kind of make just an abstract color background. So I think that I will choose green and I think I'm going to do brown. Green and brown. I know we have some brown in here, so I'm going to make brown my lighter color in the background because I don't want to detract from my portrait. I don't want to steal away from her. But yeah, I just think some brown might look cool in the background. I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind when I get there. Okay, so I'm going to start with green. I'm going to use the side, and I like to go all different directions to get that different texture. Almost looks like a blurred background, like maybe she's in a field or in a forest or something where there's plants behind her, but you can't really see them because they're blurred. Okay, I like that. I'm going to add a little bit of brown, but not a ton, just some very light suggestion of brown. Almost like maybe you wouldn't notice it. Okay, and there is our Modigliani portrait. I hope you had fun, and I hope you learned a lot about this artist. Thank you so much.